let's look at the first one. This is the Pixel tree. This is their complete kit. 6'6" tree. Oh boy, ton of peanuts. Ton of peanuts. I may have to get these peanuts out first. Alright, so here's my instruction kit. Right there. Ton of peanuts. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to get this out first. Let's go to the second box. Ah, crap, and the wind is blowing too. Double whammy, right? So, this one is gonna have more peanuts. Okay, let me pause this. Let me get these peanuts out of here. All right, a lot of peanuts. A lot of peanuts. So you need the USB, the high-speed connector, U485. So this should be the red one right here. Let me stick that right there. And then this is the controller, most likely. Let's see. Yep, that's the controller. Most likely, yeah. That's the controller. So this is the controller I actually ordered. The controller actually was, this is the regular one, actually. This one was normally $269, but it was on their spring sale for $194. So this is just a regular 16x4 controller. So, sorry. Alright, now this one says tree kit 16x25. So this is the Pixie 8. Mostly, I think this is the controller for that. Yeah. So here is the controller. This is the Pixie controller right here for my RGBs. Yeah, see? Weather connections. My red, blue, and greens. So here's the controller for that. Sorry. Oops, wrong way. Sorry. Didn't mean to give you shaky brain. Now, let's see what this is. This is the stuff to tie it up with. This is all the accessories kit. Zip ties, you know, string, topper, bottom, base. So that's what that is. So this must be 16 lights. RGBs, that is. Yep, for the tree. Save this box to store your assembled. I'm actually going to get a, what's it called? So here are what the pixels look like. These are the square pixels that go all the way through. They skipped every two. So I like these because these have the weather tight connections. You just connect it right there. So of course this is the top of it right here, obviously. And this is 6x6. So that's what these are. This is the whole tree kit. Now, let's move on. Man, this little box right here is heavy. So, you guys can give me a hand. There we go, thank you. This is this. Okay. Let's see if I can, ah, crap. It's crap, hold on, all right, hold on. Gotta pause you guys again. So here is the 1650 count RGBs, and they're about the size of my thumb. Of course, I got fat fingers, so you can look at it about right there. You can see how big they are. Very cool. They're in there. Look at that. You don't have to worry about, you know, straining the topper. You just Yeah, I just have to mount these, and they actually tell you. You can see the arrow. Sorry, you can see the arrow. The arrow tells you which way they go. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And then on top, looks like it says, sorry, there's the actual wires there. So that's why I got 16 of the 50 count with the Pixie 16 controller, the 6x6 complete kit, 6-foot tree complete kit, and then a regular residential controller. I got all that. Shipping was kind of expensive, obviously, because these are big boxes. They were heavy. It was said about 70 pounds worth, but that's okay because basically, I saved like $300 and $350. I think it was $300 on this sale. Their spring sale is usually their best one. So now you know what's coming for this Christmas season. Hey, Christmas light fans. This is my first attempt at making a yard matrix from RGB lights. So this is from Boscoyo. It's 1.5 inch right here. So these are 1.5 inch spaces in between. So it's 4 feet by 8 feet. And so what I did was I cut the top bars to not 96 inches, but actually 97.5, because to fit inside the connectors, there's 3/4 of an inch. So I went to 97.5 so I can have air go in between here so it just doesn't knock this thing down, even though that's what these holes are for. These holes here, to keep the wind going through, but I just wanted just a little bit more safety. And the same thing, I did right here with the 4 feet. So I just went 1.25 inches longer to fit in there. And then split right down the center for a little bit of support. And I got the T's. Let me go over here. You can see right here, I got the T's. I'm gonna do 2 legs there. And then I'm gonna put some anchors in there so I can tie this thing down. But I will say this, start loose on the ends. Do one here and one there. And then get it kind of where you want it centered to the sides. And then put one here up the top. And then go to the bottom end and go there. And that way you can make it where you want to be. As you can see right here, I kind of have it pushed up against here. So that's kind of how I judged it. But I'm going to leave this hole here, and that hole here free until I start putting in the my square nodes I have. But then I'll start up right here again and just put these in and do the side and the bottoms. I'm not going to do the sides yet because I may use the zip ties to hold that in, looking nice and neat and everything. So that's what I got so far. All right, everybody, just a quick update. I got my helper. There's my cat, Angel. It's named after a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Listen to that cat purr. That's one loving cat. So originally I bought 50 count RGBs. Well, the whole strand is actually 64. So what I did was I ordered more from AliExpress. It was E-toppled, E-T-O-P-E-D, I believe it was. I'll put a link in the description. But I was able to get 20 more strands for $300. So it took a month to get here. So if you order from AliExpress, you're going to wait a month. So if you need it now for Christmas, you're not going to get it. But what I've been doing, I had 2 ways of doing this. Either using 16 out of the 20 strands I bought, or only using 5 or 6 strands and cutting and splicing a whole bunch. But eventually And I thought this was the best way. I'm just going to use 16 strands. Yes, I could have got more lights out if I would have just used a 5 or 6 and spliced all those together. But the problem is this. I kind of deal with a lot of electricity in my day job. Mainly it's 12 volts in the automotive field. And one thing that I've learned over the years between my automotive electrical experience and my electric trains experience is the more connections you have, the harder it is to diagnose when there is an issue. So with this one, I'm just going to have the one connection there and then the one connection here. So that's going to be easier to diagnose than using, one strand and then spliced there and then spliced there and then spliced there and all these other different splices. So I just thought this was easier. It's better. I know these connections are already watertight. I don't make, sometimes you can make a connection all you want, but what'll happen is you make a mistake with this and, well, it's not going to work. So that's what I got going on. So it's actually 64. So it's 1,024 RGBs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm either going to heat shrink or electrical tape and heat shrink all the ends. So that's what I got going on right now. So. Okay, let me clarify a couple things here and give you some pointers of what I've learned from this building this matrix. So going back to saying all those connections. So if you think about it, you're going to make a connection here, here, here. You have this connection and you have that connection. So that'll be 5 connections almost per strand. So that's going to be about 80 connections you would have to try to find where the issue is with that strand of these strands of lights. I don't have time for that. Hindsight's 2020. Looking back, I probably should have just ordered a set of 100 strand and would only have the one connection down here instead of having this connection, having 2 connections. So there's the first thing. If you are going to build a matrix, get 100 count strands of lights. The other thing is I noticed a couple of people when they were building theirs, they were talking about how hard it was to push these in, and their thumbs were tired. It was hurting them. I didn't have that issue with these bullet nodes. I'm sorry, these square nodes. Everyone who was having problems saying they were having it was harder on their thumbs. It was hard to push in and stuff like that. They were using bullet nodes. So I would recommend using the square nodes. The reason why I ordered the square nodes is because they're very low profile, you can see, and it's going to keep the weight down, or the weight not down but closer to the material, which this material will spread out the weight more evenly, just like how a bridge does. When you have those bullet nodes, they're going to stick out. They're going to stick out a little bit longer, which means, the longer it sticks out, the more weight wants to come back this way. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what are you talking about weight? I mean, they're nodes, they're pixels. They don't weigh that much. Well, when you have, like right here, 1,000 pixels, they're going to get heavy. They're going to weigh probably somewhere between 5 to 8 pounds. So you get the wind kicking up, and, well, that could push everything backwards. So, I recommend the square nodes. They were easier to push in. They're low profile. They keep more of the weight on the Coro itself. And I think that's going to help out. The other thing I did is I got these right here, bolted this in. I'm not going to glue. Hold on, let me stand up here. I'm not going to glue my ends in. I think I'm just going to bolt them in like this. This is going to be my tether lines right here. Another reason why I decided to cut these strands just like this. I know I'm all over the place. I have ADHD. I'm sorry for that. Actually, I have ADHD. So when I'm really distracted, I'm really in focus at being distracted. So I went this way because, those are 50 counts. So I only needed 14 right from, here on over, which leaves me 36 right here. So with these, what I plan on doing is I'm going to go to Boscoyo, and they have smaller Coros. You know, they have little little Christmas light bulbs that only takes about 20 or 19, and that's what I'm going to use those for. And then the leftover from these, I'm going to use as spares in case a pixel goes bad. I can replace the pixels. So I'm going to do a lot of the splicing with these Cornings, what they call, let's see, they're Scotch locks. And these are basically it. And this is what I was talking about. So you would have to use 3 of these per strand, right, to splice these together. You stick both ends in this way, and that end right there, and then you'd crush it with a pair of pliers, and then it gets sealed inside. So that's why I went with those instead of those right there. Those work, but I think they're more indoor. This is actually a weather tight connection with these. So again, I would have had to use 1 of these on each strand to connect them, and that's just too much chasing around. I did pick up some of these stakes. I'm going to try these stakes to stake this matrix down. I did order more connectors. So these are the connectors for those 16 strands right there. And then the other thing, where's that? I think it's, let me find out. Sorry, I got my Halloween stuff all out and everything. So there's all my flickering light bulbs right there. Where did I put it? Angel, find the bag. Find the bag, Angel. Instantly starts purring. I can't find the bag. What did I do with it? What, Angel? Angel, find the bag. Is it over here? No. Angel, find the bag. What did you do with it? Sorry, guys. I have a bag here that I'll be using. Is it over here? So yeah, I put all these out. These are actually really nice bulbs. Look at my Halloween behind the scenes, talking about those polycarbonate bulbs. I mean, they're basically indestructible. They don't come right out and say it, but I've run them over with a car and they didn't break. Angel. Angel. What are you doing? I'm looking for a bag that I can't find to show you. Or what I could do is I'll just use this because I wanted to show you the part number that I used. So these are the tethers right here, what I'm going to use. I got these slip-on sleeves that are right here, and this is the screen I use. This is my atmosphere screen that I use. And basically these tethers work a whole lot better. I forgot what the line is called. I'm trying to find that freaking bag and I can't. So, you know what? Let me stop recording and maybe I can find the bag a lot faster. Okay, found the bag. So, this right here is the stuff I found at Home Depot. You can see it's a metal wire and it's weatherproof because it's galvanized steel, but it's got the sheathing on it. And I think I still have, here is the part number that goes with it. They're 1/8 for wool and stop set for creating a loop and end hook with a cable. So that's the part number right there. I don't think I have any more oh, but I got you those part numbers. I don't think I have the paper anymore. I used these in the beginning, but it didn't work. That's why I wanted to bolt it all the way through. Because technically it only goes there. So it's only being held on by the outside. These didn't go all the way through. You can buy longer ones that go through, but I think it's better just to have a nut at the end of it. I'm looking for the piece of paper. Well, actually, I think here it is. That line, let's see, what is it called? Okay, here it is. So it is wire vinyl CT green 100 foot. So it was like 10 bucks. There's the part number right there. That's what you want. That vinyl, wire vinyl CTD green. And there is the part number. So that's what I'm using. I'm gonna let you guys know how it works. All in all, I think it came out. What do you think, Angel? Come out good? Angel. Instantly purring. Little love bug. So also thought about putting another zip tying all these together. You know, because that looks kind of tacky and I don't like wires hanging like that. Or I may just take another 3/4 piece pipe and just put it all the way down and pull it out just a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of a bend in it. So I may put a T right here and run a line down to that bottom just to, you know, sturdy this up. Or if it lasts through the season, I may take this down. This is actually 3/4 inch pipe. I may just use 1 inch or maybe even 2 inch piping to make it a little bit stronger. But I was trying to keep it light, so when I get older, it's easier for me to move this around. So there's my matrix. The next time you see, you'll probably at the end of this video, you'll probably see what it looks like all lit up. Now I have to go change the program in Rama from 50 count to 64 per strand. All right, there's the yard matrix right there. It's going to be tapped into the tree, the 6-foot tree. The wire comes into there, and everything gets put in there. I cut a hole and put that 2-inch hole right there to get everything in there to close this off. And then these are the slip rings, whatever they're called, I was telling you about earlier. So there's that controller, and then we put the top on and it should be protected.